Welcome, Star Warriors, to another episode of Vader Says. Today we're going to be discussing our most or least favorite director in all of the universe, Rian Johnson. And we have some audio clips to listen to from one of his famous interviews where we will go point by point, refuting and discouraging everything he says. So, without further ado, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Vader himself.
You have failed me for the last time, Exatron.
I do not mind playing second fiddle to Darth Vader. I am Darth Exatron, and roll that beautiful false footage.
I'm very encouraged by people enjoying it so far, but it still comes out at different times, different places. But I'm still nervous that the fans are still going to go out and see it.
You're still nervous?
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, it's it's a movie that I've worked on for a while. I care really deeply about, and
we all know those are soulless, run-of-the-mill comments that anyone making a movie, especially for $250 million, is going to make. I care deeply about, and I worked on it for so long, and blah blah blah. So Rian Johnson's nerves are spazzing out about The Last Jedi, and this is the point in the interview where he blames the fans for his inability to make a good movie.
I've been a Star Wars fan my whole life. I know how every Star Wars fan has a different list of things they want from these movies, and personally for myself, I know it's the case you can never 100% please any Star Wars fan because their tastes are so specific, but you hope they're going to enjoy it. I hope they will.
I've been a Star Wars fan my whole life, but I don't believe that Star Wars should be anything remotely like what it has ever been before. You can't please Star Wars fans, so you might as well make a cave scene where Rey goes into a sterilized room and snaps her fingers 5 times and then sees echoes of herself, and what the fuck?
I would have liked this movie better if Rian Johnson put a 5-year-old in a cockpit and had him spinning through a space battle the whole movie. So what do you make of that, Vader? I mean, did you ever have a hard time pleasing the fans? I mean, is it really that difficult?
Easily manipulated, even though the Force was powerful. For some, Obi-Wan can no longer help them.
Yes, I see what you mean. I mean, George Lucas never had a hard time making me enjoy a Star Wars movie. I mean, I think A New Hope definitely pleased. I mean, the gigantic coffers of Disney and Lucasfilm do have to work. All Rian Johnson has to do is make a great movie. I mean, you look at a movie like Edge of Tomorrow, or whatever they're calling it these days. Awesome movie, one of my favorite movies of this century. But it didn't do well at the box office because the advertising was bad. They didn't want to spend the money or whatever the deal was. Nobody paid attention to the advertising. But awesome movie, far better than any of these. How is it that Edge of Tomorrow is so great and The Last Jedi is what it is? Why is there such controversy over The Last Jedi? Don't give me this expectations BS. Star Wars is the golden goose, Mark Hamill was the golden egg, and you broke them both. But wait, now we're getting to the part of the interview where the interviewer really puckers up and Rian Johnson bends over. I mean, this is like the biggest kiss my ass club I have seen in a Hollywood interview. We've entered a really strange time, folks.
But all the indications I would suggest that they are. The reviews are astonishing. I mean, the best reviews I can remember for any Star Wars
It's
film.
Yeah, well, I should hope so. I mean, if you're Disney and Lucasfilm, you got more money than God. I should hope that you'd be able to pay for the most astonishing reviews ever. I mean, I can't believe the guy would even go there because it only points the finger at the big elephant in the room. No one, anyone ever will believe that this is the best Star Wars ever and that reviewers are actually going to truthfully give this the best review of any Star Wars film. Come on. Vader, what have you got to say about this?
Kylo Ren merchandise will never outdo mine. I find the viewer's lack of faith disturbing. If he will not turn, he will be destroyed.
It seems like people are enjoying it. Well, I mean, the strange thing for me is, because of the secrecy with these films, you don't test screen them at all.
I'm gonna give you a little hint, a little bit of advice. If you're spending $200 million to make a movie, test screen it, man. What difference does it make if there's secrecy if no one likes the movie? I mean, seriously, this isn't like a bad joke that you can get some sort of value out of. If your movie is bad, it doesn't matter what secrets you hold until the premiere. I mean, if someone had spoiled me with this movie, I would have thanked them.
And so I've shown this film to like a handful of filmmaker friends, but the LA premiere a few days ago was literally the very first time I saw it with an audience, and last night at the UK premiere was only the second time. So I'm still holding my breath and praying that
You could have done the entire fandom a favor by holding your breath for about 10 minutes longer, about 2 or 3 years ago, and that would have fixed all of our problems. Lord Vader, do you have anything to add?
If you require that the director hold his breath for an extended period of time, I believe I could be accommodating. Most accommodating.
it plays.
What did you think?
I felt very encouraged. Yeah.
Did they whoop and applaud and clap?
They did. All the big beats seemed to play incredibly well, and I did breathe a sigh of relief.
Now, I'm not going to suggest that there was no whooping and hollering going on in the theater where Rian Johnson was screening with these people, but I want a show of hands of everyone who believes that Disney would have taken drastic action if Rian Johnson had answered that question with anything but they hit the right beats with their applause and everything. What if he had said, no, the theater was completely silent the entire movie? Now, when I went to see the movie, I'm not going to say the theater was completely silent. People did enjoy this movie, and they... at the time, why not enjoy it? Yeah, and you spent whatever it was, on it. You might as well have a good time with your kids and everything, but I don't believe those are people that are looking for plot holes, or care about plot holes, or care about characterization, or anything like that. As it was, I did not have a raucous crowd in my theater. Vader Says is brought to you by Imperial Steam, guaranteed to exterminate all resistance in a galaxy near you. Please share this message from the core worlds to the outer rim, lane by star lane. Like, comment, subscribe, and if you are listening, you are the rebel.